Good afternoon, evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good late night, good mid, early morning, good mid to late, or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The past 12 years have been real turbulent, I think, for a lot of people on the bottom end of society or on the rough end of society. You got cash, you got credit. That's not really going to matter come soon. I think that once China starts dealing in the yuan and is going to cease supporting the petrodollar, there's just a lot of flags that are coming up that are, everybody's talking about this rapture, and been saving from teaching guitar and not doing as well as I could because, surviving, not trying to be on the dole with Uncle Sam or, and it's so hard. There's a community that we have on YouTube that's really pretty much broken up. I had gotten 2 strikes on my channel. One for a community violation. That was a Banksy video where ISIS shot down Dumbo. Somebody who can't understand irony. Flagged it for obscenity. And the other was some video of a cat crawling into a bag. Didn't have a copyright strike. It was a copyright strike for the video, not the music. It was the Beatles, Her Majesty. And it was like a 15-second video. It turned out that it was owned by Viral Schmuck or something like that, and they hit me with a copyright strike. There's people on this site that are working for YouTube or seem to be motivated by a personal agenda to remove content that they don't feel is acceptable. And that makes me think, don't they have anything to do with their lives better than to police what other people do? I mean, that's really sick. There's also a lot of really bad shit going on in face-to-face society in the District of Columbia and Maryland and Virginia. There's a lot of assumptions. Now, this is me personally, that I'm a racist because of this skin color. My haircut. And it's frightening. I got to. Now I know. I can't go into my thoughts about what you might be thinking as you watch this video. It's not my responsibility, but I do think about it because I like my audience, although I don't cater to you. But I appreciate the views, and it's not motivated by money. There's complete devastation in this country, man, from these hurricanes. And there's devastation all over the world. Number 45 gave what? I don't know, it's not just 75 million to Israel. And you've got hundreds of thousands, if not maybe 1 million people homeless in Miami and whatnot, in Texas. And Texas military spraying chemicals. I don't know, it's fucked up. I mean, I've been real fortunate, I think, even though it's been really hard. You know, trying to look on the bright side. Trying to think about some of the better things. It's hard. We got Halloween coming up.
Of course, I intended to change my jacket this evening before the fish and goose soiree.
I'll be 53. Woo-wee! 3 plus 5 is 8. What does that gematria tell you? I can't believe I ate the whole thing. I don't get to do that very often. Maybe once a day. Eat something. I have a really bad blood glucose level. I'm not eating right. You know, I'm one step above eating cat food or dog food. And it's terrible because my go-to thought is I got a long extension cord and where's a tree? And that's a really bad, sad thing. It cheers me up to play music. Can't think about the past, but it's always there. My future is so dim, I take my sunglasses off instead of wearing shades. You know, it's you know, I'm in my own little corner on YouTube. I feel like I'm in this isolated box. I don't get any answers from people, you know. I would like to be able to turn my channel into something that was more exciting, something I can really get behind, but the way shit is, I just don't have the time for it. I don't have the resources, you know. This is it, you know.
Has it ever occurred to you what would happen to my future if I were to fail to live up to my responsibilities?
I went to a funeral last weekend for Dick Gregory, who I wasn't really friends with him, but I knew him through activism over the past, 8 years, 9/11 Truth. About 5 years ago, he fasted. I think he went almost 95 days for the truth on 9/11. You know, that just shows something about his character, what kind of man he was. He was a pretty good stand-up guy, and he was a very funny man. You know, I come from so many schools of thought and so many different things. I am not easy to pigeonhole, but people try to pigeonhole me. Yesterday, I went into a Rite Aid, and I had left my phone in the car, which was not very smart. Covered it up with a sweatshirt, put it on the floor, ran into Rite Aid because I was charging it. You know, and I go to the counter and I have a bag of potato chips and I ask for a pack of cigarettes. And the guy says, ID, you know, and so I take out my wallet. He says, take out your ID. And I'm like, why do I need to take out my ID? You can see it. And he's like, no, I need to see your ID. And I said, okay, you can see it. And so I take it out. And he wants to take it from me, and I said, hey, you can't touch that. You're not allowed to touch this unless you're a cop and you have reasonable suspicion that I committed a crime. Here's my ID. I'm 52 years old. You know, here it is. You know, it's obvious that I'm an old codger who wants his nicotine. And he's like, I'm not going to sell them to you unless you let me hold your ID. And I said, you lose. And he said, you lose, you white racist pig, he says. And
Has it ever occurred to you? Has it?
Stay away from me.
I'm like, wow, God, I wish I'd recorded that.
I'm very confused.
And so I said, man, you're fucking talking to the wrong guy. You know, and I left the fucking store. The guy's a black guy. Well, let's be politically correct, you know, African descent, or what are the, you know, black. I mean, I'm white, you know. So I called Rite Aid today, and I called their corporate and, you know, made a complaint, you know. And they were really shocked that the guy did that, you know. I mean, if that guy is holding a power trip from his fucking clerk status behind a counter at a fucking drugstore. How many fucking people does he fuck with every day, but not of the other color? I mean, there's all kinds of things I thought of this morning when I woke up, you know, that I could have said to him.
That'll do it.
You know, I'm not going to worry about anybody in my audience who's a staunch racist. You know, if you are, you know, you have proclivities, man, you know, thumbs down this video, whatever, you know.
That'll do it.
People like me are in deep shit, Arkansas. I got no allies. The only ally that I really think I need right now is Smith & Wesson.
That'll do it.
But where I live, man, it's against the law to protect yourself. I miss my wife every goddamn day. I can't live in the past, but it's still there. And the future's looking really dim.
I think you hurt my head real bad. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
Okay, it's D. Vincent W. saying, take care of you and yours, love your family, your friends, take care of your corner. If you don't need to believe in God, that's okay.
Here's Johnny.
Take care, bye.